Hello and welcome back. Good morning, or whatever time you're joining me. This is your reading for Saturday, February 8th. The tarot portion is just for you guys. It's not intended to be political, but sometimes the cards turn out that way. I'm using the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot as usual. And for the political astrology portion, I have a little surprise for you because, of course, this is, Saturday. Congress isn't in. So I thought I would go over, the transits, maybe not all of them, but the really big important ones that I'm seeing to our USA independence chart. So, what is it that we need to know with the tarot? What would help us the most today? Right there. Okay. Ooh, 9 of Pentacles. That's awesome for gratitude and being in luxury. Ooh, with someone you love. And oh, don't have too much chocolate. Oh, it reminds me about that joke. I posted it. It's back there in years ago because I've had my channel about 5 years now, or more than 5 years. It was the Ten of Swords, and because that card is. I'll show you real quick, just in case you're brand new to tarot. It's this card, and the caption was something like. Go ahead, take my chocolate, or something like that, or she said, don't touch the chocolate, I think it was. Oh, hilarious. So, okay, with the Lovers being the theme for the day, this is our card of choosing relationship where our values are in alignment, and therefore we have constructive, healthy conversations. And we can build. There's something that we can build with that kind of union. So, yeah, I can't say anything more about that. In the morning with the 9 of Pentacles, because it's Saturday morning, and maybe you're getting some sunshine now, or maybe the snow has stopped, or maybe you're in, the warmer hemisphere, if you're in Australia, or, where it's summertime. You could very well be, this could be Libby enjoying her garden, Libby over at Meister Tarot. But notice, it's Venus and Virgo, so it is the love for nature, the love for Mother Nature. And when I see this card, it's just my reminder to be so grateful for all the little things, focusing in on the birds and looking at things from the angle of, oh, I have so much, right? And then more things you grow. When it comes to manifesting, that is how you manifest, is by being very grateful for everything that you have. And then it opens up to more because your heart opens and it's happy. Now, the Devil card comes in the upright position when we're either in fear, maybe, boy, can I relate to this. Maybe we're so happy with what we have, and we do, we want relationships and we love being in relationships, but when it comes to the realm of going deeper, I don't like that kind of, sometimes, I did all of that when I was younger, but I'm 71, so it's like, I don't know that I want to be, I would feel trapped in a relationship unless it was, somebody extremely evolved. And that's, when you're working all the time, you don't have that. You don't have that free time. So this could be that wanting to be careful. Now, the traditional meanings with the Devil card is not taking the hand of fear, feeling like, we have to be careful about materialism with this card. We have to be careful about apathy and cruelty and bondage and addiction, and most of all, blind spots. Now, I think all of us could have blind spots when it comes to relationships. And maybe we're just looking at the details today of our past relationships and understanding why we needed that relationship at that time, because it really helped us to work something out. It's very possible. I prefer to get him reversed, because then that means that there's detachment, and we've broken free, and our power is not given away to somebody that's abusive. So upright, we got to be careful. Okay, that's all I can give you with that. Let's look at the astrology, and you'll see that today we have two wheels. The inner wheel is our USA independence chart. And so, July 4th, 1776, 5:10 p.m., Philadelphia, PA. Yay! And so you can see that we recently had our Pluto return. You guys remember that. Now Pluto is working its way past. It takes 243 to 248 years to get around the zodiac. So wherever Pluto lands in our, in our personal natal charts, we're never going to live to be 200 and any years. So, well, maybe we will someday. I don't know if I want that. But anyway, when it's a nation, this is our first Pluto return. That's how young of a nation we are. And now you can see that Pluto's at 2 degrees here. Here, let me do this, that'll help. 2 degrees here, and it's getting ready to cross over, or to conjunct, to join with our south node, which is our past, which is our heritage. In a country's chart, it would be the ancestry, the lineage, the intention for forming the new country. For us, it was to be free. For us, it was independence. That's one of the true meanings of Aquarius. It was our original idea to get out from under a controlling king who was bigoted and had no tolerance. And we wanted to not be pigeonholed anymore, and we rebelled. Pluto, the planet of power, the planet of things, bringing things to light, the planet of humility, and the planet that eliminates things that are not empowering anymore, the planet that cleanses and helps us to evolve, is crossing over. We're moving there. It won't hit this phase, this point, until March 18th of 2027. So we've got some time. But, Pluto has the power to kind of blow things up, and this would be the past. Okay, you can see Mercury and Sun. I'm not going to go over that because they move too quickly. I'm just going to look at the big stuff. Except what I can see here with Venus, see how Venus is at 2 degrees of Aries, and our natal Venus is at 2 degrees of Cancer. 3 degrees. Here. There we go. Right here, 3 degrees of Cancer, 2 degrees of Aries. This is a square. We're going through Venus square Venus. Venus is all about what we want and what we value. 4th house is our homeland. Venus over here in the 7th house is our relationships with others and families, and the safety and security that we want, so that our relationships feel safe and secure. You're with people that you can trust. The moon for today is right there on Venus and getting ready to, moving across. This is at 8 a.m. Moving across Venus. Pretty soon it'll be Jupiter. Later on in the day it'll be the sun. So there's that. Or maybe that'll even be tomorrow. So the moon is, again, the publics, the way we feel, our mood. And we're wanting safety, security, and we are wanting to expand in that department, not distract from it. People don't like having things taken away, right? Reproductive rights, all of that. We don't want that to be taken away. We've gone through that. We're trying to fight to get it back, and nobody wants Project 2025, even if they don't know what it's about. When they figure out what it's about, then they don't want it. And the moon will, the two luminaries here will, that transit will, well, we'll have it every month, but it will reveal more of that, more and more of that need for security. So, okay, also, well, might as well leave this open here. We have our Chiron return happening. Fourth house, homeland, Chiron, independence, trailblazing, initiating, daring, asserting our independence. It couldn't be any more. I mean, the time that, and I doubt that they had it. Well, I don't know. Maybe they did have an astrologer. Maybe the founding fathers did use astrology. I don't know. But it couldn't be more, this chart couldn't be more amazing. And we do know that this chart is accurate and this time is accurate because when we had 9/11, I can't remember what planet. I think, oh, well, yeah, I can't easily to see. Pluto was in Sag. Pluto was on our ascendant that day, right there, exactly. I believe. It might have been some other planets as well. We'd have to look. I'd have to look back, but I'm pretty sure it was Pluto. And if anybody says this Sibley isn't spelled right, this is right. The other way you see it with an E, that was a typo error. I got this from Stephen Forrest, and I trust his Capricornian research. He's a great historian and the most amazing astrologer. But anyway, also we can see that we have Mars here on headed towards, well, Mars is retrograde. It's going to get to 16 degrees, right at that 7th and 8th house cusp. And then it'll go direct and move back the way it had headed. And when Mars gets back to the position where it went retrograde, it was on the North Node. Our North Node is in Leo, 6 degrees of Leo. Isn't that amazing? So this whole Mars retrogradation period began in the 8th house. 8th house has to do with other people's resources. It has to do with our benefits with each other. It's our partnerships. This would be our, the house of, well, the 8th and the 9th would be, and the South Node is traveling through the 9th right now, but both of these houses would have to do with, well, the 8th would be the money that we share with other countries and things relating to tariffs, and then the 9th house would be, the foreign countries that we're connected to, our allies. So, anyway, Mars moving back to this point, I think is really amazing. Now, Mars is always about power management issues, whether it's a chart of a country or a natal chart of a person. Wherever your Mars is, you are going to be learning how to manage your power in that area of your life. And I would encourage you, if you know your chart, I would encourage you to no matter how old you are, to really work on that because it's really important. Because it relates so much to your life force. You'll be healthier if you go in the natural direction that you intended before you took your first breath here. Your higher self set your chart up. So but anyway, we as a nation came together with our North Node in Leo, South Node. We wanted that freedom. The North Node in Leo wants is all about the courage. Wants to be united in some type of identity where we have self-confidence, where we can raise our children, where we don't feel oppressed. It's about our creative self-expression. And in the 8th house, we were all about immigration. And then here we have the planets relating to immigration down here in the 3rd house, transiting through the 3rd house, the North Node. The way that we're headed for a while has to do with, talking about and making decisions about immigration. So that's, I think, phenomenal to see that. What else? I covered, let's see, Pluto is important. Oh, Eris here, transiting Eris. is also squaring. See how it's at 24 degrees? It's squaring our natal Mercury, and so there's a lot of talk about our independence. There's a lot of talk about what is the most important thing, and then also this is because Eris is about women's equality, right? It has to do with not sitting down and taking it, or laying down and taking it, or it's about standing up and fighting to the death. She's the goddess of discord, and she's twice as strong, as powerful, even though twice as powerful as Pluto. It kind of irks me that the symbol's so small, but I guess if it was too big, we'd think, well, is that Mars upside down? What's going on there? But she's all about not giving up, just not giving up at all. Fight. She's ruled by Mars. So there's that confrontation going on there, and with the square, with Eris squaring Mercury over here at 24 degrees, it's exact. And now Mercury will, actually, you know what? She moves so darn slow. She takes 556 years to get around the zodiac, 558 sometimes. So she's just going to sit there, and our Mercury doesn't change because this is our natal chart. I would have to do progressions and solar arcs to see other things, but this is just the planetary energy. This is strong. To have this square here is strong. And the 8th house does have to do with death and rebirth, and this would have to do with women's reproductive rights. All of this Cancer energy here, these 1, 2, 3, 4 planets, this stellium in Cancer is all about women giving birth and nurturing family. Well, the way they have things set up with Project 2025 is we're all going to die because we won't have healthy health care. We can bleed out in the parking lot if we need a hysterectomy or a whatever, because that's considered an abortion, or that's considered, we're not going to have the healthy doctors. We won't have the OBGYNs in all of the states that are needed. And if you don't have the OBGYN, you won't be able to take care of the elderly either. So what an atrocity, right? And this is what Eris is all about. She's not taking it. And this is in our 4th house of home. She's already crossed over Chiron. This happened when we had, so I'll never forget, June 24th, but 2022, it was on my birthday. And mine and Danny Shay's, we have the same birthday. Roe v. Wade was overturned. So I'll always remember that date. Yeah. So there's that. Also, Eris here, notice how it's at 24 and will move forward even more, is squaring, so this is an approaching square that's even, an approaching aspect that's even stronger than the separating aspect. So we're feeling it more. It's the issue is coming up to a head, and it's squaring our natal Pluto right here, from Aries to Capricorn. 2nd house is our values. The power of America's values is ingrained in everyone that is here. Why are we here? We're not here to live under a friggin' dictator. So if this crap keeps up, people are going to leave. And they're definitely not wanting to come in. That's not happening. So our nation will suffer if this lasts for too long. And I don't think it will be lasting. So yeah, you can see we've already gone through the Chiron-Saturn opposition. Uranus, a slow-moving planet, has just moved into our 6th house of health. Health and how we serve and how we get together and how our, shoot at even real small animals. Our 6th house is also where we make adjustments. It's our capacity to work and serve. It's our health. It's everything to do with diet, nutrition, and health care, like I was saying. In our general, working conditions, well, with Uranus there's upsets. There's changes. We're concerned about being replaced by robots. We've already had Jupiter go through, it's getting ready to move into the 7th, and that has, really upset things. It has blown things up, and we're learning about how dark, things are. And Jupiter here has already crossed over our natal Uranus, so we had that like opening up to where, yeah, we did have some good work and some good service and some healing, and then we learn about the way things are in the healthcare industry, and then we have Luigi, right? We could understand what that was all about. So, because Jupiter can be excess and Jupiter can be lawlessness and abusive. It's not always all roses, It's not always about healing. Well, it's healing sometimes through loss and pain. So yeah. Saturn in the 3rd, again, we're learning, we're mastering communication, trying to decide what we really want. Yeah. So, okay. I think I'm done. I'm going to get this uploaded, and I still have one more to do. Okay. Bye, you guys. Take good care.